As you can see from the title, this vlog is a bit different. My dad had this illness called delirium, and this is the story of what happened. It was quite dramatic. We ended up going to A&E in ambulance, lights flashing, sirens blaring, and it was quite scary for a while. This was us in A&E. They were absolutely fantastic. The ambulance was with us in just under 5 minutes, which was incredible. But Dad's delirium came on really, really suddenly. Let me explain what the symptoms were. This delirium can start very suddenly, and Dad started from the Thursday night. He was fine. Friday morning, absolutely not fine at all. It can be brought on by things like urinary tract infection or water infection, by another type of infection. Now, Dad had a chest infection. It can be brought on by dehydration, even by constipation, apparently, particularly in elderly people. Now, with delirium, there are quite a few symptoms. The main one being absolute massive confusion. He was sat in his chair, let me show you, sat there, and Dad just had no idea where he was, what was going on. He was really confused. All he could say to me was, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And even when I just said, Dad, are you okay? I don't know. I immediately phoned an ambulance. They came within 5 minutes. They took us straight to A&E. We went to resus. I was then asked to go into the relatives waiting room, which is quite scary, because you just don't know what's going to happen to your loved one. While he was in resus, he got really good care. They initially thought he'd got sepsis, which is obviously a possibility, and they also thought he might have had a stroke, and he was really disorientated, couldn't understand what we were saying to him. But as time went on, they realised he hadn't had sepsis, he hadn't had a stroke, and they called it this thing called delirium, which I'd not really heard of before, to be honest. Had a bit of a haircut, what do you think? But it's all over the place because it's so windy and rainy. But anyway, parked up, going to the hospital to see how Dad's doing now. Yeah, and I'll let you know later. Well, just got back to the car. Dad's going for an MRI scan of his head. He's doing okay. He's drinking a tiny bit more, but they need to give him more fluids. He's going to have blood tests at the weekend, blood tests on Tuesday, and then kind of see what happens. He is going to be in there a while, I think. But, you know, not too bad. His breathing is better than it was. It's not as laboured by any means. And they're doing a really good job, just a fantastic job of looking after him. Absolutely amazing.